Hey guys, Carlos Cortez here with another episode. I'm excited to talk about this. Well, not really, but I need to talk about it because it's a huge problem right now. Bidenomics and your 401k. We have this last podcast that we just did. If you didn't get a chance to watch it, go ahead and watch it. It went live yesterday on Friday. And basically, we got a situation with banks raising up their hand and voluntarily giving your information to the FedNow programs. This is a huge thing. I don't want to talk about it in this podcast because we spoke about it last podcast, but take a gander over there and check it out on it's called Debanking. I thought there was some pretty cool information out. Doing a little bit of research on some of the banks, and yes, the banks are the banks are not what Yellen says, safe and sound. No, they're not. They are more like, "Hi, I'm with the government. Let me get into your business." I mean, that's what this whole social credit score system is building up to be. This totalitarian economy that they want to track and trace you. So Bidenomics. You're going to hear more about this. He is going to play this as if it's his slogan, like how Trump says, keeping America safe or making America great again. That is going to be his slogan, is Bidenomics. And it was funny because, I quote, "I didn't realize I had Bidenomics going," he said last month. "I don't know what the hell that is, but it's working." Quote. He literally said that. So what is Bidenomics? Like if you do a research on it, just a quick internet search, it literally is, he doesn't even know what it is. His whole aim is to middle out and bottom up. So I guess taking from the middle class and giving it to the bottom, whoever the bottom is, to lower incomes, I'm assuming. So taking your hard-earned money that you've worked hard for, that you've been educated for, that you earned the right to earn it through our beautiful country's free enterprise system, that they just want to pee on and crap on and just make us a socialistic Nicaragua, where my father's from. This is Bidenomics. Oh, and by the way, I mean, I have a list here. And I don't really need to go down because I know I'm talking to the choir here, but just to name a few, remember, inflation is going to really hurt. Inflation is actually a good thing. It keeps our economy honest. It expands the dollar, expands working wages. But the problem is with Bidenomics is that our wages are not keeping up with prices. So, yes, when you go pump gas right now is at $83 to the barrel. And I predict it's probably going to be over $100 closer to the end of this year, maybe the end of the summer. They don't have a really good plan for this fossil fuels, guys. As you guys know, Trump was beating him up. I mean, he's a dead corpse anyway. He can't even walk on an airplane steps or ride a bike. The guy is a joke. Can't even put two sentences together. Here we are. He has more votes than any other president, more than Obama, 15 million more than Obama. Of course, there was no election fraud. Pfft, tinfoil hat. Haven't you guys realized like he was elected? It wasn't stolen? Oh, man. Aren't you guys frustrated and tired about that? So obviously the student loans got rejected. The forgiveness program got rejected by the Supreme Court. We've experienced huge tax increases. I mean, just taxation upon taxation. So much illiterate and reckless printing of the money has caused our dollar to not be favorable. When you have Brazil, Russia, India, and China, and South Africa going behind, well, not behind our backs, right in front of us, but they're creating their own settlement currency. Not to mention, We have a downgrade in our U.S. economy. This is Bidenomics. Now, the kicker of it all, and this is why I brought this subject to the podcast, because it actually affects you and your 401k. More than ever in the history of the United States, we have never seen a massive downward spiral of a 401k than any other president. No one's talking about this, but there has been more hardship withdrawals from 401ks participants than ever before. We've had $3 trillion in retirement savings as a country. We're now down to $800 billion. Average American workers are spending more money in credit card debt. We are now officially in huge, massive credit card debt because of this debacle. I think the nemesis of it all, the fire starter here, the one that started the domino effect, was the fossil fuel, was being energy dependent with other foreign countries and not energy dominant or independent, I would say. We were, I mean, it goes back actually, Trump just hit the nail on the head. But we were thriving, man. Like our country was thriving. Like the numbers, the economical indicators, jobs were great. Business was booming. People wanted to open up plants back here in America. The terrorists were strong. I think COVID happened as a bioweapon because as soon as Trump said we're going to enact this war on tariffs, China, like a little brat, decided to mess around in Wuhan lab and create this, or not create, but just release this bioweapon that has been, in my opinion, in talks for decades now. So it's not a coincidence that COVID happened as soon as there was a war on tariffs, and China has back against the wall because they got called out on manipulating their dollar. And we got sick of it, losing $400 billion a year to them. I mean, there's a lot of theories on it. That's just one of my theories. Speaking of which, let me say my legal disclosure. I am a financial advisor. I'm licensed. However, this information today is only for educational purposes and informational purposes only. If you would like financial advice, please give us a call, 813-448-3446. When it comes to your retirement, we would love to have the opportunity to help you and make sure your investments align with your values. So Bidenomics, I mean, it is actually the Democrats' version of Reaganomics. Reagan wanted lower regulation, wanted lower taxes, wanted lower federal spending, more free market, more free enterprise. He had the spirit of capitalism. Trump had always talked about Reagan and tried to emulate him because he was not only was he a great leader, but he had great principles that worked, that were pro-America. America's built on capitalism. This is why this document is so important. The Constitution of the United States. Every American should have a copy of it and read it from time to time. It's very refreshing and helpful, and I think we need to remind ourselves what the Constitution says. It is the Bible for this country. Legit. So Biden doesn't even know what Bidenomics means. He already confessed to that. Student loan forgiveness got shot down. We have a higher taxes than ever. We never really solved this fentanyl problem, the drug users. We have a terrible. He's losing the black vote by the droves. He's losing the black vote. He's losing the Latino vote. He's never had my vote. He's losing the Asian vote. And so what do you got to do? Open the borders, baby. Let all those immigrants in, because we already know how to get legal immigrants with no voter ID to vote. That's what they're doing. They're replacing the black voter that don't prescribe to you ain't black if you don't vote for me, to, hey, let's go ahead and open up the borders and let's get all these uneducated people, desperate people to vote for us, and we'll figure a way for them to actually vote by cheating. In my opinion, this is what's happening. This is why they have these open borders. But you fly a plane over there, Martha's Vineyard, and they don't want these people up there. And they're gated communities. Funny how that works. They want gates on their property, but not gates on our country's property. This is Bidenomics, man. Complete failure when you have a downgrade of the United States. Complete failure when you have hardworking Americans that can't even put food on a table without getting a credit card to pay for it, to take on debt, to mess with savings. Like the average American had savings under Trump. It is all gone. 401ks has been dismantled over 40%. Like I said, $3 trillion in savings. Now we're down to $800 billion. There's people that are turning 65 that are trying to retire that are going to have to work for another 4 to 5 more years just to recuperate the losses that they burned. Bidenomics. It's working, they said. It's working. Is it really, really working? The media continues to lie. The media continues to lie. They continue to paint the picture that things are great. They continue to do all these things to make sure that Bidenomics is working, because they too are a part of the New World Order. They too want the spirit of Antichrist. They too are in bed with the Bank of Americas, the woke companies that want to track, trace, and create this oligopoly system that will enact a social credit score system that will just use to track, trace, and control. So eventually, one day, you will have the mark of the beast. I mean, this is unfortunately, a lot of Christians, a lot of Christ followers are going to be the first ones to take the mark of the beast. Many people have taken the vaccine because they were afraid. They're afraid to not be able to travel. Like, are you joking me? You want to die just because you want to go to Europe or get on a cruise? You want to risk your life, your health? Just wait, man. When it gets worse, what are these people going to do? How soon will they falter? At a jump, they'll be the first ones to sign up for the mark of the beast. They don't even know it. They will put the chip in their hand and they will Apple Pay, whatever, for groceries, electronic pay, whatever currency, digital system is going to be enacted at that time. You will not be able to buy. You will not be able to sell. You will not be able to do anything. You will not be able to travel. They can't do all this without a social credit score system, without a blockchain system, without some type of artificial intelligence with smart poles and tracking. They can't do it, guys. And this is biblical. It will happen. So this is in the Bible. We will have an Antichrist. The Antichrist is among us. He will rise up from the sea. People would love him. He will create a speech that will bring everybody together, because his ultimate goal is what? Like it says in Isaiah, he wants to be higher than the stars of God. Remember, Lucifer wanted to be bigger than God, and that's why he got called to where he's at now, because of the pride. The Antichrist is here, guys. We don't have to wait for the third temple to be built. It's already here, man. Like, the Barbie movie. Just look at what's being fed in the movies and the music. Look at what we call a man today. Look at what we call a woman today. Everything's reverse. Satan works in opposites. Our financial system is being weaponized by the government. The government is accepting all this. We have blasphemy hanging literally from the White House with 6 colors. The rainbow, I'm sorry, has 7 colors, not 6. My children know that if it's 6 colors, that's not God's flag. Straight up. I told them. If it doesn't have 6 colors, it doesn't have 7 colors. If it has 6 colors, that's not God's flag. The rainbow has 7 colors. And that's God's promise. And that's what Satan wants to do. He wants to bastardize God. He wants to bastardize the gospel. He wants to bastardize everything that symbolizes the almighty great king. So going back to Bidenomics, man, like I really can't stress enough, the 401k savings is one thing. The other issue is how we're going to use this 401k. Right now, many of you have a 401k you cannot get out of. I understand you're still working or you're not retired. You're going to have to babysit that bad boy. Don't roll it over. You can. I would call your 401k provider and just say, hey, can I do an in-service withdrawal? Basically, it's a fancy word for a rollover. And what you want to do so that you're not a participant in a 401k, you actually roll it over into an IRA where you're account owner. And account owner basically means you have access to your money, whereas 401k, you don't. So if you're 59 and a half, give us a call. We can help you do this rollover into an IRA. We can put it into a safe money bucket. I've talked millions and millions of times about this, or hundreds of times, I would say. And basically, it will allow you to protect your principal, grow your assets, and get a compounding effect that will grow your assets without any market risk. So these are great vehicles for older 401ks. Now, what you can do, some plan of action here, is simply just call your 401k provider. And like I said, just do an in-service withdrawal. If they say no, that's okay. Give us a call. We may 50% chance we still may be able to help by managing those assets. We don't custody them. We're able to get in and open up a brokerage window, sort of unlock your 401k and provide you with money managers that are pro-American, that are not investing in the Vanguards and the BlackRocks and the Pfizers of the world. So if that's you, if you have a current 401k and you don't know if you can move it or not, and your options are extremely limited, as you know, with a 401k, your options is extremely limited. You only have access to the company mutual funds that 401k service provider offers on their platform. So if that's you, if you have a 401k and you need help managing it, we may have a solution for you. 50-50 shot, but it's worth it. Give us a call, 813-448-3446. We have been busy like crazy with the markets going up and down and sideways, and this Charles Schwab TD Ameritrade merger. As you guys know, Charles Schwab bought out TD Ameritrade, but it really isn't affecting anything because it's on an institutional side and on a retail side. So nothing happens. But there are some options. If you are freaked out about it, there are some options out there that we can help you with. Just give us a call, 813-448-3446. If you're a client, definitely give us a call and we can give you some options. If you're not comfortable with this transition, it doesn't really affect you, or they can't even touch your money. They can't really do any type of management without our consent or your consent. So this merger is happening any day. I mean, it already happened. It's just being in effect any day, any second right now. Like I said, if you're a current client, you don't need to do anything right now. However, for those of you that have an old 401k and you want some advice, Another way you can book an appointment with us is just go to CortezWM.com. You can go right now, CortezWM.com, or click the link on the bottom of this video on any of our podcasts, and it will take you to an appointment calendar where you just fill out a few questions, 4 or 5 questions. Tell us about yourself, and we can make sure it's a right fit, or even it makes sense to get on a call. So the BRICS are really salivating about this currency setup. Argentina, Iran, Mexico, they want to get into this BRICS setup. And it's about 80 countries, man. Like it's a lot of countries that want to get into this Brazil, Russia, and China society, this coalition. They already have a roadmap called incentive roadmap, and that's what it's called. You can do an internet search. It's basically a road that goes from China all the way and connects the Saudis and Russia, and they're planning to do logistical commerce and transition commerce. And what does this mean to America? Well, guys, I have to say, for those of you that the dollar think is going to crash, you have a valid reason. You have a quantitative or qualitative reason. I totally get it. But keep in mind, we do not want the American dollar to crash. Where else are we going to go? Not everybody wants to live in an island in Thailand or in the Philippines or in Mexico. I love this country. I want to stay here. When a hurricane comes here in Florida, I don't evacuate. I used to when my kids were like newborns. But we just stay here. We hose down. We hunker down. And it's that time right now, guys. It's that time to hunker down. Hold the line. Don't give up. There's nowhere to go. Like, what country are you going to go? Like, they don't even have Second Amendments in other countries. We're the only country that has that. Only place where you can go, not that I shop at Walmart anymore, but at least you can go to Walmart, buy ammo, breakfast, diapers, and toilet paper, and bottled water, right? All in the same store. And in some locations, you can even get a haircut while you're doing it. Or get your nails done, or your iPhone fixed. Like, that is what's going down. I mean, you can't get more American than that. Like, I want to stay in this country. Like, I believe in our country. My father fought for this country, and his friends died for the ability so that we can have free enterprise, so that we can have this Constitution, so that we can live freely. Stupid face Biden wants to take that away from us. We totally get it. We have one more tyrannical year with him. Man, wouldn't it actually be cool to see Hunter Biden really being subpoenaed and actually tried? That would be really cool, and actually something happens. We will see. But I'm very excited about, there's always a good side to this evilness, this inflation, this uncontrollable spending, this Social Security running out in 10 years by 2033. This downgrade, how does this look to the Biden administration if he's trying to rerun for a second term? It doesn't look pretty for him. And that's what we want. Unfortunately, let them lead the charge. They're screwing it up. It's blowing up in their face like it always does. That I've even spoken to people that didn't vote for Trump. They are voting for Trump 2024. There are people on the left that are just sick of it. They don't like Trump, but they're going to vote for him. You know how many millions of people are like that? They regret taking the vaccine. They regret listening to the lies of the left and the media. And there's lies on the right side. There's fake news Fox now, sell out for DeSantis. There's lies on the Republican as well as Democrat side. I'm tired of saying I'm a Republican. I'm not saying that anymore. I'm just a conservative. That's why I picked up this copy so I can brush up on this, because this is what it's about. I don't care if you're a Republican, left wing, right wing. If you're about this and God and you love guns, I am your friend, my man or my gal. Because that's what America's about. Our freedom of religions, the Constitution of the United States, the right to bear arms. That's why our country is so beautiful. Because we can carry weapons. We can have the Second Amendment. And that's why I'm very, very proud to be Vanish is proud to be a sponsor of our show. Wanted to show you my new gun holster by Vanish. Look how cool this thing is. You can wrap it around your waist. It's very light. And guess what? My favorite piece, I know you guys have asked me this, is a 6-hour 365. Look how beautiful this thing just sits right in. So I have my gun holster here. Kind of hard to do from this angle. But it just fits in like so. And you can wrap this around your waist. It's yoga pant material made here in America. You never have any problems with whatever piece that you own. So here's 365, fits no problem. You can wrap it around your waist. You can wrap it around your inner thigh. You can run with it. You can play with the kids in the backyard. It hides very well, conceals very well. So this is my favorite everyday carry. It's a 365 6-hour. Love this bad boy. A little bit of, I don't want to say home protection. It can be home protection, but this is a great automobile for me, protector. It's a subcompact Glock 45 for you Glock fans out there. Fit that bad boy right in. Okay. No problem. Fits right in like so. You can wear it anywhere you want, so you don't have to buy a gun holster. So one of my problems was I had to get a gun holster, a different gun holster for every gun that I own. But what about my suit gun? You probably didn't even notice, but I have a 1911 380 6-hour. One of my favorite, this was my first carry gun here in Florida. In Florida, we have like an obsession with concealed carry guns, like subcompact guns. This one fits right in. No problem. No problem. Beautiful. 1911 P238. And if you like the John Wick style guns, for you Combat Master fans, this is not a Combat Master. I wish it was. But it is the poor man's version of it, which is a Canic TP9. It's got the red dot on it. It's a heavier gun. It's a competition gun. I just love the way it looks. And it's very heavy. It's not a gun that you want to carry. But if you wanted to, guess what? Even with this long barrel and the scope, the Viper scope on it, you literally can put it on. It has these really cool snaps on it. Go ahead. Boom. Awesome. $150. There's $50 off right now. Just go to VNSH, Vanish, stands for Vanish.com/Cortez, VNSH.com/Cortez. Get you one. See if you like. If you don't like, then return it. It's that simple. Anyways, I'm done with that commercial. Bidenomics. Guys, we just need to pray for our country. We really, really need to pray for our country. Now, I learned something new from one of my Christian mentors. He said, Jesus wasn't a leader. I said, what? He told me, yeah, Jesus wasn't a leader. He said, are you serious? Yeah, he wasn't a leader. And more importantly, he wasn't a positive thinker. He had leadership qualities, and his words made you think positive because of his grace and his love. But people followed him because of his qualities. And so I would say that Christianity has been watered down Satan has watered down Christianity. This whole positive thinking and negative, it's the same as negative thing. Oh, don't be so negative. So there are some few Christian authors that are false prophets. And what I mean by that is they introduce positive thinking with the word. And that is a dangerous slope because Jesus wasn't a positive thinker. He wasn't a negative thinker. It's the same thing, negative or positive. You're not focusing on what is true. Jesus focused on the truth. And because he focused on the truth, people followed him. He had a fellowship, which made him a great leader, naturally. So I learned that today, and I thought that was pretty eye-opening, that if we can just follow Christ, focus on the truth, he will heal our land. He will heal our land like in 2 Chronicles. So my verse today, and this goes against a lot of people and their preaching and their prosperity preachers and doctrinally what people think, but that is the truth. And the truth is that we need to focus on the truth. So Philippians 4:8-9, finally, brothers and sisters, whatever is true, whatever is noble, whatever is right, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is admirable, if anything is excellent and praiseworthy, think about such things. Whatever you have learned or received or heard from me or seen in me, put into practice, and then the God of peace will be with you. He says, focus on whatever is true. He doesn't say focus on things, on speculative things. And here we are, focusing on things that don't matter. Oh, Social Security is going to run out. Well, that is true in 10 years. Or, the Trump is going to be the next president. I hope it's true. And it's positive thinking. But we can't focus on that. We need to get back to the truth. We need to get back to seeking God's face. We need to get back to being a steward of our funds. We just need to get on our knees and just really, really exalt the Lord. Because what we know is that he died for our sins and that we are all sinners. We need him to survive. We become cold. We become weak. We become lethargic spiritually. And we expect all these blessings, me, when we don't even spend time in God's word every day, habitually, as a habit. I've been guilty of that myself. I work every day to be a better lover of Christ, even though I failed miserably many times. A worshiper of Christ, and to play that balance, that act of what is right, what is Christ-like, what is my own emotions. And here we are. We have a podcast now that is resonating with millions of people. And I'm grateful for it. I will always, always make sure that God is the core, is the aim of this podcast. I know we want to talk about your 401k and maximizing the returns on it and secrets about your 401ks and retirement and how to make some money, how to protect your money. But at the end of the day, we got to focus on what is true. We have to focus on what is true. I just want to say I appreciate you for allowing me to share my heart with you guys. Really, is this podcast is honestly just my opinion. It's not financial advice. I hope that some of these podcasts are touching lives, because all my job is just to plant a seed. That's all it is, plant a seed. And I just thank God that he's given me this platform to do so. So we'll continue to talk about Scriptures and Wallstreet. We'll continue to talk about financial stewards of your money. Pay attention to Bidenomics. Pay attention to the banks. The banks aren't safe right now, guys. I say all this because more than ever, we need insurance on our money, and we have insurance accounts that are privatized. We call them PIAs, safe money, green money. They're all semantics. But we need a privatized insurance account to help protect you from the Luciferians that are trying to take your money from the banks. I'm afraid, in my opinion, that they can even access 401ks and IRAs if you don't act now, before things get worse and they find a way to start attacking retirements. They already can through taxation. I don't know if they're going to start shutting down IRA brokerage accounts because you're a conservative. They've done it with bank accounts. So you follow the banks. The banks typically lead into the brokerage world and the investment world. So they're doing it with the banks. What makes you think they won't do it with your retirement? You better act before it's too late. Give us a call, 813-448-3446. I will be honored to help you. And if you're a fan of the show, I will I would just be thrilled if you gave us a call and allow us to help you. Don't forget, I started a brand new YouTube channel, Scriptures and Wallstreet. Give us a like over there, subscribe over there. It will really, really help us out. There's a lot of what do you call it, shadow banding, and Google doesn't like me, and yeah, you guys get the drift. Follow me there. God forbid something happens to Rumble. We just want to have a backup platform. That's all. And secondly, like and subscribe on our Rumble channel. And I love you guys. I appreciate it. I hope this talk was worth it. And I will see you next week, my friends. That being said, and by the way, don't forget to visit switchmanproductsusa.com if you want all American products delivered to your door. We also have clean beef, no vaccinated beef, no hormones, pasture raised. Just amazing process with farm out in Idaho. Give us a call. Visit switchmanproductsusa.com to find out some more information on how you can get everyday consumables delivered to your door. Switchmanproductsusa.com. I love it. I get all my breath mints, toothpaste, laundry detergents, home fragrances, protein bars, protein shakes, shampoos, deodorants, shaving cream. I mean, you name it, all American made. I love this stuff, and I keep on having a monthly subscription. I keep adding more. I got a spending habit with that. I got to watch out. But switchmanproductsusa.com. Fill your information out. One of my team members will get a hold of you ASAP. Have a great one. God bless you guys, and we will talk soon.